Now from the banks of Lake Erie, EA Sports welcomes you to Huntington Bank Field here in downtown Cleveland. Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And off we go from Cleveland. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A collegiate star here in the Buckeye State, it's J.K. Dobbins. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down. Now Prescott. A short one there taken in by Ferguson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a gain of 16 and the Dallas first down.
I know some guys that love to start the year off with a deep shot downfield, trying to begin things with a home run ball. That might be the more exciting option, but I think that this was the smarter play.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 4. Prescott now from the 50. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Prescott from the gun. That is caught. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defenders' minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
To throw is Prescott. And this is going to be incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
On the ground, it's the rookie from Tennessee. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That one a first down pickup of 8.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
They'll run on first down. Sampson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Let's go now.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. In trouble, and he's taken down. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on first down.
Second and 12 at the 40-yard line.
Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a second down and 12. Back to throw. Sanders. Allen's got it complete. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Well, there you go, Charles. His first NFL pass, and it goes for a completion.
And you know that they thought about this before even calling the play, right? Let's get him his first completion. Let's get it out of the way because we expect bigger things from him going forward, but take care of the small stuff.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Micah Parsons drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up fourth down. Here's Corey Bojorquez now to punt this one away. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And the punt kicks out of bounds, and they will spot it right at the 25-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Here's Prescott.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Prescott. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
On fourth down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. No score after 1 on EA Sports. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Sanders firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
Now a give right side. Sampson. Pretty good little two-play sequence. You foresee incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down.
Let's go.
And the slot man goes in motion left. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
On fourth down, on is Corey Bajorquez to punt. And they'll go ahead and down this one right on the chalk of the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. He'll start with a handoff to Dobbins. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Ronnie Hickman with a pick.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Right back to Dobbins on 1st.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
Here's 2nd and 7.
On play action, Prescott. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Prescott to throw it.
He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
Touchdown, Cleveland. Officially 91 yards on the punt return. And the Browns are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Hopkins with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. On is the punter, Brian Ager, to kick this one away. It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
On first down, Sampson. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll keep it on the ground. Sampson, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Back to throw. Sanders. He's got Allen. Room to maneuver at the 35. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. Well, looks like they'll move things around here. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half, They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. Oh, and that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss. 6 plays got him down here. This is play number 7, 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun, Sanders. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Martin Emerson. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. A penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Flushed out right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Now Sanders operating from the gun. Open man, that's Tillman. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the route is on here in this first half. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. Well, congratulations to them. They come through defensively with another stop. And let's face it, this secondary, they've gone unchallenged so far in the first half.
And Prescott, his 3rd interception. Picked off by Jerome Baker. Oh, good move. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. Well, Charles, you know, it's so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, Might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Operating from the gun, Sanders. Touchdown! David Njoku in the final seconds of the first half. And the Browns are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Hopkins with the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. Outright, he finds Tolbert. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
Now a give right side. Sampson, and he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Browns shaken up on the play.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll run on 1st down. Sampson.
And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line.
11 yards there, just like last play.
They've got the lead early here in the 3rd quarter, and runs like that are how they established that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
A nice throw right there, and these fans getting their first look at their QB1 of the future. I'd imagine it's got to be a big plus for him to get his first start here in front of that home crowd.
I know there's a school of thought about getting your first start away from home so you don't have the extra pressure of that crowd behind you. But I say ride the wave, embrace it. Go ahead and play to that level, and I think it's going to benefit him in the long run. And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
Come 19. Come 19. Panther 60. Panther 60. Go.
Looking to throw. Sanders working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 19. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Now a give right side. Sampson. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. 55 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll keep it on the ground. Sampson. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal. He's making quite a splash here in his NFL debut.
Well, he was advertised as being NFL ready, and both you and I tend to arch an eyebrow a little bit when we first hear that, but I think that they were right about this one.
Here we go. Set.
Gets it into the hands of Allen on the jet sweep.
Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
Operating from the gun. Sanders. This is caught. Touchdown, Browns. Keenan Allen with career touchdown number 60.
And the Browns take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
2nd and 7.
Yeah, here we go.
Now Prescott. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
Yeah, here we go.
Here's Prescott.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big play there on the catch and run. 34 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, here we go.
And again, it's Prescott.
Tolbert hauls in the out route.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koromoa. And the Browns are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. A disappointing end to that drive, making it to the red zone, but they'll again, CD, wind up with nothing.
And nothing, that's been the key word because they've had drives throughout that have finished off with nothing. Can't finish off a drive to save their lives in this game. And this one winds up again, giving them, dare I say it, nothing. Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. Because I remember playing in these spots, and my coaches always say, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
Let's go. Let's go.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. Here's 3rd and a few inches. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. Sampson. And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21. 67 yards rushing for him now to this point. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Unlock Lion. Unlock Lion.
They'll keep it on the ground. Sampson. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 5. The slot man in motion right.
They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle.
And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Sampson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. First down, fourth quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels.
They'll try the left side. Sampson. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on first down, but unable to do much from there. Here's Dustin Hopkins now to try the field goal. From the right hash, this from 53. Hopkins' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Prescott now.
Got his man. It's Jonathan Mingo. Down the right sideline.
And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey.
As they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
This has really just been a lopsided affair. What a performance they put on, and now they get the football back here with a big lead in the fourth quarter. You know, in the past, we might be discussing dinner plans, talking about steak and sushi, whatever the case is, CD. This ball game is pretty much well in the books.
Yeah, we really could have started bringing up dinner a long time ago if we wanted to, partner. And I think a few of the guys out on the field already making plans for the evening.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They'll keep it on the ground. Sampson, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, Sampson. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A Big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. And they take a knee.